what's up, everyone? My name is AJ Wrights Crypto. Thanks for joining me on this beautiful Monday, May 20th. Man, what a weekend. What a weekend. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Chauncey Peppertooth, Blockchain, Bonehead, Brian Bootyhead, Lee F, Jeff Rigdon with the pre-show super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Kimi Mookie, everybody. Good to see y'all. Shout out to the Grogger gang, Grogger Nation, whatever we're gonna call it, man. That coin back there, it's spinning. It's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning. Shout out. The anti-Avery Chauncey Club. I like that. I like that. Crypto Crusher, Edzo 10, Kingston Cross. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. What wallet can you store Pyth? Good question. I hold mine. I've been holding mine on Phemex, to be honest with you. I know that unlocks this week, right? That unlock is this week. Let's look into that really fast. I think it's the 24th. The 24th is that big unlock for Pyth. It's like doubles its supply, something like that, right? Here, let me check this out. Pendle, Portal, OP, let's just do a hard search here. There it is. Recent Pyth. All right. Yeah, the 20. Oh, no, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. Okay. I thought it was the 24th. You know why? Because it says 24 on there, and that means the year 24. The unlock was yesterday. So has that transferred over onto CoinGecko? Is it showing that on the site there? Very interesting. 1 second here. Computer's a little slow. I got a lot of charts pulled up. I got to show you guys today. Got a lot of things I want to talk about, like large time frame kind of stuff. I really want to look into. Okay. Okay. So the supply is still showing 1.5 on CoinGecko. Has pumped 10%. But according to, okay, you guys didn't see CoinGecko. Let me show you really fast. So according to CoinGecko, circulating supply 1.5 still out of the max of 10. So obviously this thing has a long way to go. Not the best tokenomic situation, but I still think it's a strong project. I mean, there are bad tokenomic situations that are strong. I do feel over time that the good over time, good tokenomic situations obviously better. But I still feel like there are exceptions. There are projects that will do good. According to this, it happened yesterday. Previous event, 19th of May. Upcoming event is a year from today. In 1 year, 1.41, 141% of the circulating supply will come back in. So it's a cliff unlock once a year. It's still not showing over on CoinGecko, but apparently the unlock was yesterday, or maybe it's happening now, something like that. Okay, so there's a little feeling on that. That remember, the circulating supply is supposed to double. I was buying a lot of Pyth as it came up the hill. I think at one point it was almost at like 8,000 or 9,000. I never sold it. I was just holding it, and then I realized like, okay, now it's down to like 3,000 or 4,000, whatever. And then I was like, it's coming into this unlock event. I just want to like experience like what's going to happen here. Like, I mean, I already like missed my point to sell, so I don't feel bad about holding it, and I still feel like it's a strong project being on Solana and being an Oracle. So yeah, the right move was to sell, towards the local top, but I missed the ship on it, and I'm just going to ride it out. That's kind of how I feel about it. It's not a big deal to me, to be honest with you. So, yeah. So let's see what happens with that. Let's see what happens with that. All right. I thought it went lower. Yeah, I would imagine. We can check the chart here in a little bit. All right. Sweet. Interesting. All right. So this week is already, starting off kind of interesting here. Grayscale CEO steps down. The CEO will be replaced by Goldman Sachs executive Peter Mintzberg effective August 15th. I'm not really sure the full story behind this. Obviously, they didn't give us like the true as we position Grayscale for its next phase of growth. Excited to welcome Peter Mintzberg as the CEO, joining from Goldman Sachs. He has 20 plus years in experience across prominent managers, BlackRock, Oppenheimer Funds, Invesco, Michael guided the firm through exponential growth and oversaw a pivotal role in bringing spot Bitcoin ETFs to the market, leading the way for broader financial industry, blah, blah, blah. So we wish them the best. So I'm not really sure if he just made his money and pieced out. If there was something behind the curtain, not sure. To be honest, Grayscale is, among the first to, launch that ETF. Has been a lot of like conversations about inflows, outflows, kind of taken away from the broader crypto market. This is the take here. Bitcoin's ETFs are orange poker chips that may harm on-chain Bitcoin adoption. All right, basically pulling money off chain into TradFi in the form of an orange FOMO poker chip will not get digital assets to the promised land of a new decentralized financial system. If anything, it is getting in the way of this goal, and that is a smart take, according to Jim Bianco. Basically saying that spot ETFs are going to cannibalize on-chain liquidity. That's kind of a take that a lot of people haven't considered. If the goal is to develop a new financial system, and ETF dragging money back into TradFi is not getting to that promised land. I mean, that is pretty spot on, to be honest. That is something I've considered in the past, but it's also, to me, it's about exposure. I think it's about accessibility. It's no secret that Bitcoin ETFs, come out pre-halving, and we get all-time highs pre-halving. So there is that, but you got to also think, look at, and this is kind of my argument against what so many people are saying about, the overall trajectory of this bull run, basically saying that it's going to end early. I mean, there are people, not even talking about Ben's take, but, there's people out there that basically act as if they've gone to the future. They left the present. They've gone to the future. They saw it. They came back and are telling us on Twitter. That's like what people are acting like, as if they have gone back to the future. They got in a DeLorean with a flux capacitor, saw the future, came back, and told us that the bull run's ending early. No one has a future. No one can see the future. No one can see the future. All we can do is to repetitively react to the market. That's all we can do to get better at crypto. No one can see the future. And a lot of people are very high conviction saying bull run's ending early, bull run's ending early, bull run's ending early, because we had a pre-halving all-time high. But what about the alts? Like, in what scenario here, the altcoins have not had like that injection that we saw January to March of 21? I've talked about this at length, but Bitcoin has kind of stole the story. Meme coins have stole some of the story. There have been projects that have really had a bull run. Render, Near, Rweave. It's happened. But at the same time, I'm not convinced that until the halving cycle breaks the way we've seen it exist in the future, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced, and I'm going according to plan. And, a lot of you will learn a little bit about my real exit strategy today. There will be its own exit strategy video, but I do talk about it a little bit today in my HBAR price prediction video that is coming today. It's coming today. All right. We had a bunch of like kind of weird audio things happen in the mix. It was such a big file in my editor's editing bay that like what would happen was that, like, say if there's an overlay about HBAR's governing council, like on top of the screen, like the wrong overlay would show up on the screen, but he would be looking at the thing on the time and the right overlay is in that spot. But because the file was so big, the editing software just could not handle it and would have the wrong overlay. So there was like a lot of like weird things that had to get tweaked and the audio had to get fixed. And it was almost a 4th reshoot. Decided to just deal with it. Basically, it's kind of a bummer. Videos like that are kind of special to me. There are videos that I will just run through, quickly record, quickly, clip on CapCut and put them out for the sake of putting out videos. But then there's videos where, I write a full script. We do the lighting, we do the teleprompter, we get the overlays. Like, we really put a lot of work into it. And that was certainly one of those videos. And I know my editor, shout out to Diamond Hands, put a lot of work into that video as well. So for it to have so many problems was kind of a bummer. But it is what it is. and I feel that it's still going to be a great video, and we put a lot of work into it. So that will show, that will come through, and that's what's important. It's about a 17, 18-minute video. We really did go through the full, bore in terms of, sometimes I'll just, for a price prediction, I'll just kind of overlay the tokenomics, go over the dominance, gone theory, give a price prediction. But for this one, I really kind of wanted to explain a lot of my numbers and kind of explain the narratives that HBAR is going into and like the overall direction of the project, and really kind of going beneath the surface. It was kind of like a project review with a price prediction as well. And videos like that, I mean, take a lot of time. I think the script itself was like 3,100 words or something like that. Like, we're talking like I wrote a chapter on HBAR, and so I'm certainly proud of it. I'm bummed that it took as long as it did. I thought it would have been out. I mean, I finished writing that script about 2 weeks ago and had to keep editing it as time went on. So there's that too. Moving forward, that I'm gonna review the final draft after this live stream. I already have the thumbnail made. I'm gonna put it on the internet. So big shout out to the H Barbarians. Y'all rock. Lee F, is there a chart for number of Bitcoin on exchanges? Yeah, I'm sure there is. That's a quick Google. All right. Shout out to Karen Plunkett in the chat. Big shout out to my good friend Karen Plunkett. Not going to say anything else other than that. Shout out to Ellie, Kimi, S-Dog, Kimu, Mookie, and S-Dog got their little blue stars next to their names. That is because I do have memberships available on this channel now. I do have the memberships available on this channel. And what does that mean? So for the YouTube listeners, this is being dual streamed on X and YouTube. So I am going to do an extra additional weekly live stream that is no nonsense, no news, no nothing, except it has a big emphasis on education and technical analysis. And in these additional streams that only the members can watch, it will go over all the setups, the winners and the losers, that I posted in the Telegram group for that week. All right, for that week. And we're going to go over every position and talk about where my head was, what I was thinking, did it work, did it not work, what can we do to make them better, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm going to go back over the charts as they presently set, and then we're going to give more positions for the Telegram group, because these members only streams are extreme TA, big emphasis education. It's going to be good for beginners. It's going to be good for people that have been around for a bit, and it's going to be good for expert traders because there are going to be positions for them there as well. So definitely, guys, it's only $3 a month. I was going to make it $5, but then I decided, the people in the Telegram group do pay to be in the group, so I'm not going to charge everyone $5 a month. I think $3 more than fair. A lot of people in the group have been kind of asking for extra attention, asking extra questions. And the truth is, I can't, email every single person that sends me an email. I don't have the time to do it. I actually pay other people to take care of that. I pay other people to do the email part of it, because I don't have the bandwidth for it. So, but these streams, I will have a Q&A with the chat in every stream. There will be, a lot of, attention for the people. So definitely, guys, make sure you join the Grogger gang, especially if you're in the Telegram group. It's basically mandatory that you sign up. If you are thinking about getting in the Telegram group, or you just want an extra live stream that is just technical analysis so you can nail down some trades, there you go as well. So that I think those streams, I'm just going to say it now. I'm going to say 1:30 or 2 p.m. on Fridays. 1:30 or 2 p.m. on Fridays. I was thinking about doing them Saturday, but now that I stream Sunday, I need to have one off day from streaming, and that day is Saturday. Also, my travel schedule is about to get very hectic. I want to get in the charts. I have a lot to talk about today, but I do just kind of want to get this kind of other stuff out of the way so you guys know. My travel schedule is about to get very hectic. Very hectic. All right, so let me pull up my calendar here. I know you guys can't see it, but I can. All right, so Friday, I'll be streaming every day this week as normal. I'm headed to Maryland on Friday to spend that time with my family, see my grandma, all that. Tuesday night, I'm going to Consensus, going to Austin, Texas. I don't know. I'm going to, I think my live streams next week are going to be kind of scattered in terms of the time, because like if Kathy Woods and Mike Novogratz are speaking at 10:30, I'm going to be in the front row at Consensus watching a lot of these big name speakers at Consensus. I have a couple interviews lined up, meeting up with a couple really big name people. I'm super excited to be there. But there has to be some sort of substitution for the live stream. Either I'll do them later on, or I'll do just normal videos in lieu of a live stream. Gonna have to figure that out for sure. Next week, it's going to be tough to live stream every day. So if there's not a live stream in the morning, expect a video. Expect a video. That's what I'm gonna have to do. There will be live streams, but not every day. It's just going to be too hectic with Consensus, and because that's like it starts in the morning. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to be able to do my stream before that. And also, like, Jay Change is fighting next week, so there's that, and there's like a lot of little things. So we get back from Consensus Sunday, all right. Then on the 23rd of June, so we have a little bit, and then the end of June, we're going to Decipher with Algorand. We go straight from Decipher to Vegas for UFC 303. Freaking corner. And then, July, we have my birthday's on the 27th. We'll be at Bitcoin Nashville during my birthday. And then August, we are going to visit some family in Washington and Idaho. And we will be going to Rare Evo in Las Vegas as well. So that's kind of the tentative schedule for now. Just wanted to fill you guys in, especially for next week. Next week's going to be really hectic, and there will not be a live stream every day, and there will be videos in place if there's not a live stream. Obviously, would you guys rather have me miss the speakers at Consensus and do a stream, or listen to the speakers at Consensus and then come say, hey, this is the drop? So that's what's going to be going on there. Big shout out to Karen Harris. We are in Nashville for your birthday. Hell yeah. Damn straight we are. Would love to hang out with as many people as I can. Gigaspud with the sign up, and Karen with the Grogger Gang sign up. Appreciate both of you. I'm talking about that $1.04 PT token. This is certainly a told you so moment from your boy here. Let me pull up that chart. Guys, while I'm looking for this chart, make sure you smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It means a lot to me. I've been really trying as hard as I can to make this channel as meaningful as I can. And I put a lot of work into it. And your support, I really appreciate it. It wouldn't be possible without y'all. And that's for sure. All right. PT token, wrong button. This button. Boom. Okay. So this is a told you so moment, straight up. From the beginning of May, we were talking 78 cents. We're talking a 33% pump in the past 19 days. It actually wicked up to $1.10. Guys, I hold well over $14,000 in PT. Not to mention, it's actually staked for 6 months in its VEPT. And I still have a couple additional PTs as well, but I wanted to stake it. And that's why PT is so powerful, because I think like 89% of the supply is staked, and the average staking time is 2 years. 2 years. I only stake mine for 6 months because I'm smart. But a lot of the supply staked is for 2 years. And that really kind of gives it a safe floor. Like when a lot of things were falling really heavy, I mean, this thing fell, but not bad. 77 cents. That's not that bad. It has been putting, structurally speaking. I mean, this thing just came out in December. December of 23. It had a cup and handle. There's the cup. There's the handle. It broke out of the neckline. The measured move, and look at where it is right now. This is a cup and handle that never got invalidated. It never got invalidated because it did kind of flirt with the neckline, but it never really lost it. It never really lost the neckline. All right, it was never invalidated. Continued on, and now the price is exactly at that measured move. So let's hope Phemex has done a damn good job. This project has done a good job, continuing to put in higher lows, higher highs. Look at this. Look at this pink line right here. This would be the the bottom end of the bullish uptrend. All right. And I know there's a lot of chart graffiti on this one because there's a lot of alarms and stuff like that. Cup and handles, measure moves, support resistance levels. But I do still want to kind of draw the uptrend here. And look, this thing is in a pretty solid uptrend. It's not really broadening much. Maybe it's broadening a few degrees, but not really. It's kind of just a straight up channel. And, do I expect, something like this? Possible. But in all reality, it needs to lose 85, 87, 90 cents to lose that uptrend. And I really don't see that happening. I would like to see, obviously it came up pretty hard. It's going to, it's going to fight here. But this high here also kind of represents, when we zoom in a little bit, this high here kind of, we got this support resistance here and support resistance there. I would really like to see, if Phemex comes down, I would really like to see it hold 96.3. Make sure you set that alarm on the PT coin, 96.3. All right. This thing, is in uncharted territory right now. It literally touched the top of this uptrend. So it might respect the bounds of the uptrend. This might be as high as it gets for a little bit, but hey, it could turn around and break out. You never know. This thing's, not the largest market cap in the world. But I really like this coin. I think that exchange coins have always been strong to target. Man, this is certainly a told you so moment. I bought a lot of Phemex token around 80 cents, 85 cents. Even before that, I bought the whole way up the hill, even in the 60s. When it first launched, even I remember buying a bunch. Yeah, I would say somewhere in the 60s, to be honest with you. So awesome. Sweet. 61st like here. Shout out to Lee. Guys, make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. Let's at least get it to 100. Y'all are amazing. I do appreciate you. All right, so let's run through a couple quick stories, and then I'll go over gainers, losers, and we'll do a bunch of charts. Bunch of charts. All right, Ethereum funds face 23 million in outflows amid ETF uncertainty. All right, this is a big month for do or don't Ethereum ETF. Over 23 million in weekly outflows, despite digital asset products witnessing 932 million in inflows for the same period. The outflows are tied to a growing skepticism over the likelihood of the SEC approving an Ethereum and ETF in the U.S. Bitcoin got a lot of inflows, generally positive. Altcoins experience inflows such as Solana, Chainlink, Cardano, receiving all that much money. And here's kind of the chart of it, the overview of the chart of it. You can see Bitcoin at the top and Ethereum negative, with the other things, winning, but not by much. Flows by exchange country. This is interesting. Kind of seeing all the other ones here, Hong Kong, and then you kind of realize the large numbers coming out of the States. So that is relevant. Obviously, America does kind of set the standard here. Okay, and I got another Ethereum ETF story here. Where'd it go? SEC to decide on Ethereum ETFs. This is super important. The SEC's deadline on the Van Eck application is May 23rd. That's Thursday. Followed by the proposal from Cathie Wood's ARK Invest and 21 Shares on the next day. Other major players like BlackRock, Fidelity, Bitwise, Galaxy Digital, Franklin Templeton, Hashtags are also to be running a spot Ethereum ETF. So the SEC is going to make critical decisions this week. Man, we can only hope for the best. I'm not going to be surprised if they say no. We know that where they stand on it. I'll get into that in a second. But industry experts, such as myself, largely believe the SEC will reject these applications. This expectation is based off the limited engagement between SEC and ETF issuers. Although rejection seems likely, the official reasons are still unclear. Bitwise's Matt Huggins suggested that insignificant data might be a reason for rejection. Yeah, insignificant data. That's a really nice way. He probably had brunch with Gary today. Legal analysis like Scott Johnson. That's a weird way to spell that word. Think the SEC could label Ethereum as an unregistered security in its order. And that's kind of what I'm leaning at here too. And guys, we have touched on this before, but the truth is that I do agree with the idea we talked about earlier in the show that the ETFs, for decentralization to take over, for the crypto money to be going in the TradFi, that's not helping crypto. That's kind of taking away from the whole thing we're doing here. They're going to give us the Ethereum ETF because they can control the Ethereum ETF. If you buy a Bitcoin ETF, if you can buy a Bitcoin ETF, you don't custody that Bitcoin. They do. They don't want you to hold your own stuff. That's really what it comes down to. They don't want you to own anything. I mean, look at last week with GameStop and Roaring Kitty and all that. Y'all realize that the GameStop and AMC stocks were halted 38 times. 38 times on last Tuesday. That's why we need decentralization. We need decentralization because if there's people are making too much money, turn it off. Turn it off. People are making money. They're not supposed to make money. They're not supposed to make money. Turn it off 38 times. Count to 38 in your head. That's a lot of halts, everybody. That's a lot of halts. And I don't see the current administration, the current SEC greenlighting the Ethereum ETF because Ethereum really is at the heart of DeFi. They can control Bitcoin. They can't control Ethereum. They can't control Ethereum because it is at the heart of what about crypto threatens the legacy system. Dude, literally, I have a time hop on my phone. I like looking at, what did I do a year ago today? I'm a simple guy. All right. And just yesterday on my time hop was Bitcoin Miami. And Cynthia Lummis' speech. I have always talked about how she gave a speech on stablecoins and how the next thing to change in crypto would be the stablecoin bill. It's been a year. It still hasn't happened yet. Why is that? Because it's not really about stablecoins to them. I don't think in their minds, in Gary Gensler's mind, stablecoins are going to be irrelevant. It's going to be a CBDC, and they still haven't ran that through yet. And basically, it's going to be ETFs and CBDCs. And in their mind, crypto, the way it exists right now, it's unregistered security is going to get that word's going to get thrown at the book at every single thing. And that is why, this election is probably the most important election in terms of the future of crypto, especially in America. I'm not going to go on that rant, but y'all know where I stand. In the event where an Ethereum spot ETF gets accepted this week, I will just fall over. And cry of happiness. But the way things are shaping up, and Gary last year wouldn't even tell us if Ethereum was a security or not. Remember that big spat with Patrick McHenry? That was pretty epic, by the way. All right, so couple quick stories here. Let's hope the SEC, makes their damn minds up. Craig Wright basically saying, it's me, I'm Satoshi. I'm him. So basically they're saying that he lied. You lied, Craig. Craig, you a liar. You lied. And he's definitely not Satoshi. I mean, guys, we all know Satoshi as a group of people. So like one person can't be like, it's me. So this guy clearly lied. Massive win for Bitcoin. It happened in court. He lied. Simple. Really surprised to see this. We talked about this project last week, Notcoin, which is, the game on Toncoin. Excuse me, the game on Telegram connected to Toncoin. Had an 85% plummet in the first week despite Telegram's strong endorsements. That actually really surprised me because, if you look at the Telegram chart, like this thing's pretty strong. Like you would think that this thing has a lot more support from, the fan base. Look at it holding this level, holding that $6.25, held that level, coming up, fighting the 50 EMA on the 2 hour. Bullish divergence, big time downstairs here. Price going down, oscillator pushing up. Toncoin technically point of control above price action. Technically, Toncoin looks good. It has been good. Pull out the daily. Look how far this thing has come. But then for Notcoin to just fall on its face like that, I mean, look. What? And like this was like, kind of their first big push, their first big endorsement. And obviously from the top of the wick there, it's actually much worse because the wick's all the way up here at 4 cents. We're at right above half a penny and still falling. Red dot on market safer B on the 2 hour. Not really much to go off of on this chart other than is going down like a Fall Out Boy song. All right. So I'm surprised to see, that fall on its face. What just happened to my hello? That's not about. Okay. Yeah, so it had a heavy endorsement, fell on its face. I think not team introduces staking to stabilize prices. Analyst predicts further decline. I kind of expected this was good. This was talked about a lot. This was a really buzzword. A lot of hype on this last week. Had a lot of endorsements, public praise. This thing's going to be awesome. Fell directly on its face. So there you go. I mean, certainly, based off of this chart here, that support resistance line. Say this thing turns around. Say this thing finds a way to turn around. I would, agree with that support resistance. Right there. Yeah, we do. If you set that alarm at 0.0066, if it can, excuse me, if it can clear that, there is a little bit of hope there. But basically fell on its face. All right. The Roaring Kitty has stopped. Here, let me kill some of these other tabs because I think they're kind of slowing me down. I'm not going to pull that story. Okay, here we go. I can get back to the show now. The Roaring Kitty has stopped posting. Is this the end of GameStop mania? It appears that GameStop Bull has stopped tweeting after the company filed to increase its total numbers of share by 15%. And guys, this is why we need decentralization. This is why we need crypto. Imagine if a crypto coin that you're holding, all right, with a fixed supply starts pumping and they're like, hey guys, let's just raise the max supply by 15%. No, not cool. GameStop. That's not fair. You don't do that. That hurts. For HBAR to increase its max supply, the entire governing council of 32 world leading organizations like Google, IBM, Dell, Boeing, LG, they would have to unanimously vote, all of them unanimously, yes, for the max supply of HBAR to increase. It's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. And that is why, dude, the stock, I can't with the stock world, man. I just can't. But, Roaring Kitty posted, I did see a Roaring Kitty post that had a game over. It wasn't this, but it's something that said game over like that. The Roaring Kitty has stopped roaring. He was posting a lot. WallStreetBets was even coming back. There was a lot of hype kind of pushed around. I mean, we can kind of, excuse me, wrong button there, AJ. Wrong button. Yeah, I did a space with Mario Nafal last week, and a lot of hype about Reddit and all these other things kind of going on. And yeah, I actually WallStreetBets did give me a follow, which was cool. I did get a follow from WallStreetBets, but looking at Roaring Kitty, so May 17th was the last, the end of the ET movie, Phone Home, and that has been the last post. All right. All right. So, a lot of real cryptic stuff there. There's actually this whole conversation. Is Roaring Kitty, is it a PSYOP? Is it the government? Is it, the CIA or the FBI? I had a lot of weird conversations like that in those spaces. And honestly, if you're talking about an account that, had something to do with, a lot of banks getting short squeezed to death, it doesn't really feel like the government to me. I don't think the government would, purposely crash banks like that. But, yeah, his last tweet is ET going home. Exactly. Yeah, I'm not sure hard for crypto. I'm not a stock guy. I am strictly crypto. So I was just kind of talking about the news. That's a good question. Wouldn't know. When's your next Algorand video? I'm sure I got one coming soon. I'm certainly going to do a video like kind of leading up to Decipher, like a what to expect, because I don't know anything, and but I do know that at every big event that Algorand holds, that they do like whatever their announcements are, they normally kind of build them up and back to back to back to back. So there's a bunch of announcements at one time. That is what we've seen in the past. I would imagine that there will be at least one big, if not multiple, drops at Decipher. That at least, so there's that. There is that. SEC registered securities from scammy firm Prometheus. Oh, don't even get me started on Prometheus, dude. Don't even get me started on Prometheus. Just launched an Ethereum custody service. This is super suspicious, especially during the week of SEC. Yep, that's facts. I mean, we all know that guy from Prometheus is like Gary Gensler's pet that basically just wants to, overhaul all of crypto to this one TradFi platform. Ben and I did scripts on Prometheus well over a year ago at this point. Don't even get me started with them. That would not be interesting. When is the Algorand Decipher is when is the exact date of that? Decipher 2024. Share this tab again. Boom. Yeah. 36 days and 2 hours. So a little bit more than a month. We'll be flying out to Barcelona. Actually heading out a couple days early just to like see the city, do that, check it out, eat good food, all the things, and then I'll mosey on over, hang out with John Allen Woods. Cannot wait. Going to be a really good time. I mean, I'm really excited to meet Mark, the new CEO. I had an intro call with him. He's really cool. Stacy, super cool. Joanna, John, and I know a couple people. I think like MJ and a couple other guys. Twitter people are going to be there too. Man, I'm so excited. It's going to be a really good time. All right, so kind of went through all my stories there. Did want to do a quick overview of the prices. Bitcoin, it was just below 67 at the beginning of the show, fighting back above 67. Is good to see Bitcoin put up this fight. We do want to talk about, I want to look at Bitcoin support resistance. There's a certain level Bitcoin needs to get over. Solana back to 176, significant move from Solana in the past week. Love to see that. I do have a baby bag of Solana doing pretty well. I think Near's going to push back up to $8. FET's been kind of sideways. HBAR in the top 30, chilling, pushing towards 12, right below render. Let's take a quick look at the gainers and the losers, and then we will head back to the charts. Go to top 100 for today. Don't have time to scan the top 300. All right, Dog Whiff finally woke back up. Not surprised to see that, as it was a big loser. Nothing above 10% winning, but it was a big loser the other day. This is hilarious because, guys, yesterday I did my charts for the Telegram group inside the live stream, the gaming live stream yesterday, and we talked Whiff, Sweet, and Phantom. And look at the top 3 of the top 4 winners: Whiff, Sweet, and Phantom. It's like I know this. It's like I know these things. It's weird. So weird how that works. But yeah, big shout out to the Telegram group, y'all. Y'all are killing it. We've been getting new signups literally every day. So proud of everyone. I mean, literally taking this bull run by the horn and saying, not that this time around we're gonna kill it. This time around I'm gonna do this. And those are the kind of people that I want in my group. The people that are actually gonna take this thing seriously and make as much money as they possibly can. Josh Swag, AJ, how do I get into your Telegram? Good question, dude. All right, so what you do, you send an email to ajalphagroup@gmail.com. It is a paid group. But when it comes to paid Telegram groups in crypto, this is bang for your buck, the best one by far. I used to do Telegram groups that were like 6 months for like $800. Like, no. There are 1 month tryouts if you want to, but 1 year is like $360. So it's actually less than $1 a day. All right. And also with that, if you become a member on this channel, you get access to an additional weekly live stream that is just for technical analysis. No news, no nonsense, no nothing. All we're gonna do in that live stream is go over all the setups that I gave for that week, my own personal trades for that week, and we're also going to look at the charts where they stand and do more positions from there. So if you are thinking about, if you're on the fence of if you want to be in the group or not, become a member and watch that live stream and get a feel for how I do things, or just do a 1 month tryout. It's like $42 for 1 month. But I would certainly, the more time you get for your membership, the less it is per day or per month. A lot of people do 1 year signups, because with the 1 year sign up, you actually get an exclusive Get Rich or Get Wrecked shirt that you can't buy unless you're a 1 year member of the Telegram group. So guys, certainly the graph price prediction. I think I did a graph price prediction, bro. And the HBAR is coming today. It's coming out today, my friend. But yeah, guys, definitely sign up for the Telegram group. Send me an email if you want to sign up, or become a member of the channel. And check out the additional live stream. Those are going to be at, I think, 1:30 on Fridays. And those are going to be big for all the people that really want to take this next bull run seriously and to win as many trades as they can. I post setups in the group literally every single day. Not seeing the option to join membership for YouTube. Should it says join right next to my name there. Yep, right next to AJ Writes Crypto, it says join. I'm looking at it right now. We also have 108 likes on this live stream, about 172 people watching. So a couple of you are being naughty out there, not liking the stream. You should do that if you haven't already. If you want to sign up for the Telegram, send this email, join, become a member, be there for the members only live stream. It's going to be awesome. New vet price prediction. That's the next one on the list. Next one. The script's already done. It's just a matter of filming it, getting it to the editor, going through that process again. So, yep, it is coming. Yep, exactly. All right, much love. So we did that. All right, so going to go over a couple quick charts. All right. Algorand. It has broke out of the downtrend. I made a rave song about this. You guys want to watch it? You guys want to see my rave song? It's on my Twitter. Go check it out. It did lose support resistance, but it's still above the downtrend. Obviously, Algorand needs to hold 17. Mandatory hold of 17. We wanted to get it back above 18, and then we can have a talk about getting it back to the support resistance level here. So basically right now, if you're wanting to actively trade Algorand, you have two alarms, one at 18, one at 17. It's very simple for that one. All right, so Bitcoin. All right. Bitcoin is in an ascending channel. Bitcoin is in an ascending channel. We love to see it, by the way. Love it. You know why? Because Bitcoin is finally putting in the 2-hour chart. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. All right. That's thing number one. We love to see that. It's above the 50 EMA. We had the bull cross. And even if you just went off the idea of the bull crosses on the 2-hour, look at that. Crossed. Boom. 8% in 5 days. Not bad. I am a big fan of EMAs. I love EMAs. But then you also kind of notice this overall downtrend. You know, this one. And we are kind of flirting with that. It's not really a fair line, to be fair, because of the way it cuts through that. But I also wanted to get the touch on here. So it's kind of a fair line, but it is kind of confusing. But I have it set. I have an alarm set on it for myself. It's not really like a perfect line, so to speak, but I do think it's worth keeping an eye on. What's really important for Bitcoin is that we were struggling to get above this. We still are struggling to get above this. We're actually just above it right now, because this is the last high. All right. And then we came up, rejected up, blah, blah, blah. I mean, look how long Bitcoin has been fighting for this thing. Since it has come up, Bitcoin, from right there all the way over, has spent 5 days and 2 hours inside of a 3.8% range. So this is actually a really important time to pay attention to the alts that are pumping, because they are doing so without help from Bitcoin. A lot of, when alts get volatile, they're normally following Bitcoin one way or the other. So pay attention to the alts that have been pumping in the past 5 days because they have a mind of their own. All right. Bitcoin has been in a 3.8% range for 5 days and 2 hours. To be fair, the price is currently like an inch above the support resistance from this high back here that I talked about right there. All right. Excuse all the chart graffiti. Yeah. So I would really like to see Bitcoin stay above this level. That level is actually 67,250. 67,250 is the level. So really, I mean, if we can go ahead and say, okay, then we just beat that level. What's the next level? The next level is 69. We got a lot of touches, you know, there. It was kind of close to the neckline of that Head and Shoulders touch there. Yeah, so 69 is really the next, you know, big target for Bitcoin. It's really only a 2.7% trade up to 69. I mean, Bitcoin is kind of like getting closer to where we want to see it. Like you pull, I mean, all-time high is only 9% away, guys. It's only 9% away to Bitcoin all-time highs. It seems quite achievable, but the reason, I know this looks messy, but this downtrend is really a big focus of mine because it needs to structurally, we've been talking about this for a while. It's why I bought stablecoins down here, because structurally I thought Bitcoin was going to fall through and we was going to get really bloody. We're lucky that didn't happen. The stock market putting in new all-time highs, I think, helped us out. But, overall, the movement is here. This big blue box, you see, I'll color it in for you. See this big blue box? That's the way we're going, okay? We need to break out of that blue box with the pink lines, okay? And that's this, and we're right there. We're very close to it. So keep an eye on Bitcoin. Close eye on Bitcoin. Love to see it get, I mean, it's already in a bullish structure, to be honest with you. I would only, even if we lost this 67,250 level, I would really only get sad if Bitcoin lost 65,000. Bitcoin loses 65,000, we're back to having bearish conversations. Until then, we're straight. Shout out to everyone in my Telegram group that has been winning phantom trades. Guys, we talk about this coin non-stop. This was the last range I gave for phantom. I mean, obviously, anytime I give you a support resistance level, you're supposed to elongate it out, pull it over, and it will always come back into play. But I gave you 84.5 and 87.1. 84.5, 87.1. And from the break of 87.1, 9% in 6 hours. 6 hours, guys. Come on. I don't know how else. I don't know what else to tell you. But I gave you this, I think, last... I want to say I gave you this on Saturday. Because what happened was it was in here and I gave this one first. And then once it came down, I gave this one. Or that one was already there. That one was already there from here. So, you guys were very aware of these 3 points. And the break of 87.1 was a very simple long trade, especially on the 12-minute chart, already well above closing on the 50. So I know a couple people, especially Jacob Begress, has been nailing phantom trades. And he's doing it because he's getting the drop from ajalphagroup@gmail.com. Make sure you sign up for the damn Telegram group. It's probably the best decision you can make for the bull run. Not even kidding. The graph. All right. TNet Crypto $2 super chat. AR price update. Before I get into the graph, I do want to say this. Back at Hit Network, I did a dual price prediction, which was a nightmare of a video. 2 price predictions in one video. And I did Filecoin and Rweave in the same video. And I said that I think even if Filecoin gets a larger market cap, it doesn't matter to me because Rweave has much better tokenomics. And by much better tokenomics, Rweave has no tokenomic scenario. They're in there. They in there. Okay. Very, very friendly. And this has shown over time because look, back when I made that video, Rweave was not even close to Filecoin. Now it's above it by market cap. All right. And now look at this. Filecoin. Circulating supply, 553 million. Total supply, 1.9 bill. So we're talking, a little over 25, 26, 27% of Filecoin's circulating supply. Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? 25% of its supply is in circulation. Rweave. All of its supply is in circulation. So what coin's going to pump harder? The one that has to deal with inflation and has to compensate with the market cap to push higher, or the one that's tokenomics situation's over with, and when money goes in, the price goes up? Rweave is the clear winner here, guys. Clear winner. I've always liked Rweave. I've been buying Rweave for a pretty long time. I was actually looking back. What's that now? Okay, so my Rweave price prediction that I gave back at Hit Network days was hold on, let me pull this over here. 90 to 153. Was that? Hold on, my computer froze up on me. Sorry. Rweave. Yeah, 90 to 153. And I stand by that. I think you could do better now. I mean, back then, it was 90 to 153 when I said that was like, whew, that's a lot. That's a lot. I was like nervous about that one, but now it has performed the way it has. I think I should go back and do another Rweave one for sure. I really do. Bitcoin waking up right now. Can we look at Pyth? Yep. We can do both those things. Do you think Mana can go to 150? Unfortunately, I bought the top. I mean, dude, Mana is when Ben says, "Hey guys, come to this bull run," I think it's like the projects like that I believe he's talking to. There are some of last bull runs coins that are very relevant in this bull run. But I don't think Mana is one of them. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm not holding Mana. I made a big mistake of buying sand based off the cup and handle setup that I had. It was actually worth buying it at the time. But then cup and handle got invalidated, and I made the mistake of putting short-term money into a long-term portfolio. I didn't recognize that at the time as the trade. I thought it was going to cup and handle and continue. And for some coins, that was the case. For sand, it was not the case. And I made a rookie move by putting sand in my weekly portfolio. And it was a $450 buy that's currently setting below, I kind of put sand and Mana in the same filing cabinet in my mind. That's why I'm saying this. But, I mean, we can look at the Mana chart. All right, so I'm going to look at Mana. I'm going to look at Arc Block. Yeah, I think we looked at Arc Block on the channel. We looked at it yesterday, Chauncey, on the gaming stream. Can we look at Pyth, Mana, and there was one more, but I'm forgetting. All right, let's look at Mana first. But first, I wanted to look at the graph. And what I wanted to say about the graph is that so it did hold its 2023 high, which was also the neckline for the cup and handle. So that was really good to see the graph, hold that up. It did not invalidate its cup and handle because it held the neckline. It pumped and held the neckline. And now the graph, I was watching this saying, okay, am I going to go long here? Ultimately decided not to. It came back down and look, held that last low and is now pushing up again. So, the graph is sitting at 31.79. The level we need to break is 31.83. So it is very close to breaking that. I think I'm going to top off some more graph here, especially with Bitcoin the way it is. And this is such an important support resistance level for the graph, because if you look at, kind of this year, from March as a whole, so if you kind of consider all this to be the past, right? Kind of forget about all this, right? Because it held this 2023 high, okay? It held that level, which was also the neckline. I do want to get rid of a couple of these things really quick, okay? So the graph has this kind of, why is my volume profile not showing up anymore? Oh, there we go. So the graph, actually, I don't even need it for what I'm about to say. Okay, so it kind of quickly came through here. Because of volume, which is why I wanted to see that for a second. And then, I would consider this like a value area. All right. And then this is like value area, high, mid, low. Okay. And right now, when you look at, this touch here, this rejection, the rejection right before this one, touches over here. I mean, this is the biggest support resistance level on the graph. It is 0.040. No, it is 0.0004 away from hitting that line. And you got to consider that this becomes a target. I mean, we're 54.4% from its previous, its local high, not all-time high, but local high. All right, around 50 cents. I mean, that's a pretty solid come up. If you're buying it at 31 and getting to 50 minimum. I mean, that's a trade, baby. I'm gonna buy some more graph. I want to buy some more graph for sure. I'll feel a lot better. I think it just hit the line. It did. Let's go. Live on the show. It just hit the line. All right. So, I mean, now we kind of got to play the Nancy situation here. And is it going to get local high? 32.2. Because that would be the cleanest break. I'm not talking about this for scalps, everybody. I don't think this thing has enough liquidity at least on Phemex to leverage trade it, but this is a very large bit of my portfolio. All right, I'm gonna look at Mana, Pyth, and GFI. Those are the ones I'm gonna look at. Mania. The Centra land. It's the land. That's the Centra. All right. So this was another cup and handle setup. Cup. Oh, you guys aren't seeing it. I'm glad I caught that early this time. See, guys, I'm learning. Cup, handle, neckline. Okay. So, and this is like one of the coins that is like my example of like a less relevant coin right now, because coins like the graph, coins like HBAR, they had their cup, they had their handle, they had their breakout, but when they came down, they never lost the neckline. The better coins did not lose the neckline. Projects like this did lose the neckline. We're actually, 26% down at current prices from the neckline. Top to bottom, lost 54% from local high at 82, current price 43. I would say that you're kind of going off this. All right. Let me fix that up a little bit. So this is a strong floor. At least it has a strong floor. And if I elongate this line, back here, it touches over here as well. All right. But just looking at this, man, it does have a strong floor at 37.5 cents. All right. If it loses 37.5 cents, it's a long way down, especially because there's another floor there at 26 cents. And there is kind of a volume gap here. That's not good. That's really not what I want to see here, to be honest with you, for any mana bull out there. So, certainly be aware of 26.7 as the florist floor. That is the floor of all floors. But the current floor, which is pretty strong right here, like I said, is 37.5 cents. Okay. We also just had a death cross on the 2-hour. Also not what you want to see. All right. So not much of a case for bullish divergence either. Okay. So it also kind of had, a normal head and shoulders kind of take it down there. And you could even say, hey, look at, you could make that argument. That argument is there too. Locally, this thing needs to get back to the neckline. It needs to get back to the neckline, which is this level right there. So let's pull this across. All right. And so how big of a range is that? So from floor to neckline, we are talking a 62% move. So there's certainly some more trades to be found in between. I would say this is one of them. You touch from there. All right, this level is 49.4. You can consider touch, and then also rejection there. So, that would really be my cue. I would consider mana in 2 conditional ranges, where if we lose, because there's 4 lines here, all based off support, resistance, and volume. If we lose 39.5, my target becomes 26.5. Okay, so at the loss of this level, we're looking at a 30% move down. All right, that's thing number 1. If it comes up and gets above 49 cents, my target would be the neckline, which is 24% pump to 61 cents. So the big numbers for mana here are 49.2 and 37.4. All right, write those down, because that is this and this, and these are your targets. I would not trade this. I would not put this setup in my Telegram group, because this thing does not have leverage liquidity, not much at all. But I know there are people out there that hold it, so I do wish you the very best, my friend. I really do. All right, and thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Pyth. Yeah, this thing, it makes me sad. It makes me sad. I bought it all the way up, and I was a genius. And but people have been expecting this tokenomic situation to happen. I don't think this is the correct chart. Is that the inception of it? That's more like it. Okay. So, yeah, I did give myself that floor. I should have listened to myself on that one. Should have listened to myself. It really didn't cost me that much, because a lot of what I made on Pyth was a come up. I made money up the hill, and then I just never sold it like a jackass. And I also, because the tokenomic thing was happening, I was so curious that I wanted to just hold it to see what was going to happen. And I think that's where I made a lot of my mistake. But I will say that it does have some touches here and here, and has tested here. That level for Pyth's 37.4. Below 37.4, there's not much really room to fall, because 21 cents would be local low, which is still pretty far. This is a 2-hour chart. Excuse me, that was the daily chart we're looking at, by the way. So on the 2-hour, it is good that it's popped up. Very good that it's popped up. And also, this is big support resistance right here. Big support resistance, because it was the ceiling, it was the floor, and then it was the ceiling twice. This level is 46.5. The break of 46.5, it would be best case scenario, as this thing, if you look at the EMAs, guys, this is why EMAs are so important, that it has consistently price action below the 50, below the 50, below the 50. And when it broke the 50, it lost to the 200. And that is just bearish continuation 101. If Shrapnel got listed on Coinbase, yeah, I'd lose my mind. And I actually like the guys at Shrapnel. They're pretty cool. I was supposed to get an operator for taking part in the Nerf gun competition in Miami, and I never got it. Never got it. See how they are? But yeah, so I mean, there is volume here. There's a lot of volume here. I just think that the incoming tokenomic situation scared the bejesus out of everybody. It is a 31% move away from current price to next support resistance, which is here at 58. And I would say the break for that would be at 46. So if we could get past 46, you could set a target at 58. That's a lot of move, and you're basically anticipating the catch of the falling knife for this. But at some point, this knife does have to catch, because you have to realize that this thing was the talk of the town for a little while. This thing was at $1.20 before falling to 44 cents. This thing is very long fall from grace here, and I'm not really even sure where to draw this at, because it's such a, how would I draw this perfectly? I mean, that going off though, yeah, you kind of have to touch that, because if you touch those, it doesn't make sense. So you'd have to go from there. I'll change the color on that to yellow. Yeah. So I mean, that's its target to really a proper breakout. And I'm not really going to consider a trade on this thing until the EMA has to flip. The price has to get above the 200, and the 50 needs to go above the 200, and it needs to go the other way. This thing is just in bearish setup the whole way down. And it really needs to get above 58 cents, and doing so would help it get past that, overall down thing. And people, bought Pyth for the airdrops. I think there was a lot of hype around it. Of course there was. I bought some, and like I said, I didn't sell it. I just kind of wrote it out. I thought I wanted to see what was going to happen with this tokenomics situation. I really did. And now that it has happened, we are going to see, okay, is this thing going to survive? And I think the survival of Pyth, does it, because it's in Solana, it kind of has to survive. I think Pyth failing makes Solana look really weak for anyone who's really paying attention. So, let's hope for the best on that one. Bitcoin Henry, Crypto Face says Pulse Chain's going to zero. What do you think about all that, AJ? No comment. No comment. I met Richard Hart in person. Nice guy. He was a really nice guy to me. Do I own Pulse? No. Do I own Hex? No. Do I wish... It's not that I don't like the project, and it's not that I don't like the community. I actually admire the community. I actually wish projects that have a lot more going for them than Pulse and Hex had communities like Pulse and Hex. I do wish those people were able to go at some point, okay, maybe I made a mistake. Just maybe I made a mistake. But a lot of people are unwilling to admit their mistakes, especially when they're kind of, well, this guy, he said, and they're unable to see it. And when from the outside looking in, it's so obvious, right? It's so obvious. But like when you're in that and you put all your money in it, and your like emotions are in it, because a lot of people are betting with their hearts, like literally, that's how you get in trouble. So I don't want to say that as a slap in the face to the community. I respect the community. I wish other projects that are doing other things in crypto had a community like Hex. You got to give that to them. But it's one of those things where, at what point falling down the hill do you say, okay, I got to get off the sled? Look at the chart, look at the chart. Okay, I'm here. AJ, do you do school notes so my boss will yeah, I'll write you a slip, bro. No problem. Just bring it to the secretary. She'll stamp it for you. No problem. Yeah, Ogre, if you want to help me with my operator, put a gun to their head and be like, on the moon, go to the moon, Ogre. Put it to their head and say, I am getting AJ's operator before they extract me off the moon. Okay. That's the shrapnel inside baseball joke. If you don't know shrapnel, you didn't get that joke. Shout out to Ogre. But guys, I do want to say, that does kind of go over it all today. I do want to say big shout out to everyone in the damn group. We're doing so well. I'm very proud of everybody. We've been winning a lot of trades. A lot of people, they win their money for the group in one day. It's very common. It's happened multiple times now. The group is growing. If you want to join the group, send me an email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. Take your trade to the next level. That is what we're doing here. Also, there will be an additional crypto live stream that is no nonsense, only technical analysis, only education, only lessons, Q&A with the chat, everything. Those will be Friday, 1:30 p.m. Join, become a member. It's only $3 a month. One, I really appreciate it. And two, this is for the people in the Telegram group that want to learn more, that want to take that next step, who have questions to ask, who want to, really take this bull run by the horns and take control of their situation and say, this time I'm winning. This time I'm going to make the best of this bull run. And I want to change my life. If you're really trying to make a difference, guys, there's a point where I was coming up where I said, okay, I could mess around and have fun on crypto, or I could really take this thing by the horns and change my life forever. And that's what I did. That's what I did. Straight up, I did that. I'm set. All right. And now I want to help as many people as I can. As many people as I can. This is about survival to me. This is about, you only get like one shot, guys. Like it sounds floofy or whatever, but I'm into the floofy stuff because I believe in like manifesting reality. I believe that like people are stronger than they think they are. And if you focus on something long enough, you can make it happen. You can make it happen. So it's one of those deals where you got to ask yourself, like, am I going to take this seriously, or am I just going to do it for fun? Is this just a hobby, or do I really want to change my life? And if you want to change your life, that is something that I can help you redirect. It's really kind of about rewiring your brain, rewiring like your toxic, effed up relationship with money. Most people have a very negative relationship with money in their mind. And once you can kind of break that structure and rebuild like healthy, you're kind of unstoppable. You're kind of unstoppable. You kind of have to break the idea of money in your head. I think a lot of people are unwilling and unable to put themselves in the correct trade where they could actually make money that makes a real difference. You know what I mean? I think because they'll get, oh my God, that's so many hours at work, or oh my God, what if I lost, or oh my God, what if I second guessing everything. But if you can kind of rewire your relationship with money, you'll put yourself in a position where you actually could make a difference. Most people won't even find themselves in the trade that changes their lives. Scared money don't make money, fam. I want to help each and every one of you. Please become a member. Become a member. Be there on Friday for the extra stream. Make sure you join the Telegram group if you haven't already. My name is AJ Rice Crypto. I'm going to go make sure that damn HBAR video is good and there's no more problems with it. And I'm going to put it up, even if there's a couple weird audio things that happen. I don't have the time to re-record, and I'm just going to put it out there. So wish me luck. Wish me luck. Smash the likes on your way out. Make sure you check out that price prediction. Put a lot of work into it. Love you guys. Smash likes, subscribe to the channel. Have a safe rest of your day. Get rich. Don't get wrecked. Talk to you later. Peace.